Just off the streetcar line, an otherwise quiet uptown neighborhood, sits a century-old New Orleans institution. But on the inside, it's anything but quiet. Generations of stories adorn the walls, and it's always buzzing behind the iconic Oyster Bar, teeming with local characters, celebrities, and everyone in between. It's a place notorious for rubbing elbows and enjoying some of the best Creole Italian food in town.
When you sit down, you just don't want to leave.
I love it here. I love the atmosphere. I love the story behind it. I love the food. True New Orleans to me.
You walk out with not just a meal, but with memory, and that's wonderful.
The name may be confusing to most visitors, but to us New Orleanians, it makes all the sense in the world. Welcome to Pascal's Manale.
Welcome, Love to Eat New Orleans. The restaurant opened in 1913 as an actual restaurant. Before that, it was a deli/meat market. We do have pictures on the wall here that date back to 1905. We figure this restaurant, this building has been around for approximately 130 years. We're still serving freshly shucked raw oysters daily at our oyster bar that's been around since the 1930s.
So you're asking why people love to come eat at Pascal Manale's? Well, the food is great and wonderful, and they love to come here to have the oysters. And don't mean to pat myself on the back, but for me, because I try to make people happy as they can be.
Thomas is the guy. Every time you come, you know the experience is going to be special.
You can see my smile and say, bang, I enjoy being here and I'm still enjoying it.
Today we're going to cook our world famous barbecue shrimp. It's a dish that Pascal's Manale invented. Everybody else has tried to duplicate it, but we are the original. We're going to start with a nice little amount of butter, a little bit of salt, nice amount of black pepper. Black pepper is going to give it that tang and that zip. It's tough to cook anything down here in New Orleans without a little Worcestershire sauce and some lemon juice. And for the last step of the sauce, we're going to add some Abita Amber beer. It's going to bring out a lot of flavor and a little bit of spice. Why not a little bit of cayenne pepper? Nobody seems to know why it's barbecue shrimp. It's just what it's been called since we invented it in the 50s.
The barbecue shrimp are delicious. They're so good.
This is one of the finest meals that I believe you can have the pleasure to have, and it's right here in New Orleans, and I feel blessed to be able to do that.
We also do a barbecue shrimp po' boy. We hollow out the end of a piece of French bread and stuff it with shrimp that are already peeled.
This is what I get. This is what I come for, the barbecue shrimp po' boy.
They stuff it with the shrimp, and they give you a bowl of the barbecue sauce, and it is unreal.
So this is a nice little appetizer order of the barbecue shrimp. Can't wait to dig in. Here we go. And you got to peel them here, so this is really unique. Then dip it into that great sauce right here. 1956, still on the menu. That's how good it is. Which is great about the head on, it keeps all the flavor inside the shrimp here. And when you pop it off, you see there's a little bit of fat in there, and that just gives all this flavor. You would never see anyone outside of New Orleans eat a shrimp with a head on, but that's the way we do it down here in New Orleans. And also, great here in New Orleans, po' boy French bread, nice and crispy.
The juice and the shrimp in this bread, and just like melt in. It's not shrimp, it's like lobster shrimp. It's so big. It is amazing, and if you've never had it, don't tell anybody you haven't had it, just get over here and taste it.
This is what it's all about right here. Getting dirty, digging in, Louisiana jumbo shrimp, my bib, butter, my beer. Doesn't get any better than this.
Now we're gonna cook Oysters Dante. It'll be a nice fried oyster pasta dish. I'm gonna start with a little clarified butter. And as you can see, it's got a lot of goodies in the dish. Some leeks, red bell pepper, green onions, parsley, mushrooms. One of the best things you can pair with oysters, some prosciutto ham. Saute that, start getting that ham a little bit crispy on the edges. Bring out all the flavor, let all that fat render out of that prosciutto, and start getting all the sweetness out of those leeks. From there, we're gonna go with a little bit of seafood stock. Let all those flavors start coming together. And we're gonna add a little bit of whole butter to it. This dish, we do serve penne pasta. A little bit of sea salt and some pepper. So you got all those flavors coming together. It usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm gonna toss a few fried oysters in there. Let them soak up some of that wonderful flavor. And then we'll finish it off with a little bit of Romano cheese and parsley. Anything with oysters, prosciutto ham, you just can't go wrong. And this is our Oysters Dante. You can get here at Pascal's Manale restaurant.
Sir, outstanding penne pasta. Taste the prosciutto in here. Wow, this dish is really, 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 really good. What makes this dish a little bit special to me is the fried oysters on top because of the fact that you normally see them poached or sauteed. Having these crispy fried oysters on top just makes this an authentic Creole Italian dish. And that's one thing you're gonna get here in New Orleans that you're not gonna find in any other parts of the country. And all these spices in here, you got the olive oil, the garlic, the prosciutto, mushrooms, bringing out all Italian ingredients to this dish. And with the southern fried oysters, it's just incredible. It all comes together really well.
I think this restaurant's been open for over 100 years. 100 years. And in New Orleans, you don't stay open for 100 years unless you do something special.
It feels like you're coming to your family's house and sitting at the dining room table and enjoying a meal together.
Lightly dusted oysters, atmosphere, everything is great, outstanding. I can see why this place will be around for another 100 years.